So what's the best meal you've ever had?
I would say, because it's like a combination of both the occasion and the food. Perhaps for both of them it would be the answer, but it was combined, so it's the definitive answer. It was 2 years ago, I believe, with my dad. We went to Smith and Wolenski, which is a steakhouse in the city. It's biggest, best, whatever. Not whatever. It is the biggest, best. I fucking love it. But it was my first time going to a New York City steakhouse. Like, I own one dress shirt. But it wasn't that. It was like college, and first year of college was kind of just like extended high school. Second year of college was when it like actually started for me.
That's when it got real.
Yeah, that's when I started becoming me, I guess. Because over the summer of after the first year, I tried writing a feature-length script, absolutely failed. Then starting that year, I was in a play that was really good with good writing, so I actually had good experience of acting. And then I started writing a script, and so through that fall semester, I wrote a script, and this happened for my dad's birthday. So it was February, and I had, picking back up, and I don't know if picking's a word, picked back up the script and was working on that. Acid Bates, the one I just finished again, which at the time, it was amazing. The best thing I've ever written. Now, I look back at it, it sucked. I had to rewrite it. But anyway, at the time, it was amazing. Then I was also listening to like older music, which is such a stupid thing, but it was a huge jump of only listening to the new, very in your face, kind of overstimulating music of today, or like rap music where the beat is like very loud, constant, there's constant words. Going from that stuff to Rolling Stones, was a jump. Even it's like, oh, I'm listening to the Rolling Stones. Like, yeah, everybody fucking does this. Huge. But I have memory of that day walking on the east side to that restaurant, listening to Bitch by Rolling Stones, and just feeling like, oh, I'm no longer a kid. I'm walking by myself to a steakhouse to meet my dad, dressed nice, listening to, classic rock. I felt like a man, maybe for the first time in my life. And then we we were on the top floor. It was dark. We were in like a corner. Got like calamari appetizer steaks. I asked the waiter about steaks, and those guys are professional waiters. Those guys aren't, actors. Those are like, no, that guy's profession is a waiter. So that all was amazing, because he was like schooling me on everything on the menu. The steak was incredible. Walked back home, had like ideas, was just like feeling great. My conversation with my dad was incredible. It was a lot of the, talking about movies, talking about dreams, talking about, just like the future. And I love when we talk about the future, because it's always in a way of anything is possible and you can achieve your dreams. And then it really makes you feel that way. And then we walk back just feeling great. And then, yeah, I wrote more that night, and I watched Office Space. Amazing.
Oh, that's funny. I watched that movie in like June of 2023, I think. I was kind of in that like Fight Club kick of like shitty office jobs in the 90s. It's like that, American Beauty, and but that was probably my least favorite of the three.
Oh shit.
It was good. I wasn't saying it's bad. It's just, I don't know, controversial, but I love American Beauty.
So do I. What's your best meal you've ever had, with like occasion included, the whole package?
Oh, that's tough. I think It would have to be during camp, but not at camp because the camp food is not.
No.
I'm not trying to like, shit on it, but it was not gourmet. It was
no,
not.
no Smith and Walensky at Mohawk.
No. But it was during my days off. My mom would come pick me up, in the 24 hours we had off between a 2-week session. And we would drive to Danbury, which was a town a little bit south of where my camp was. And they had a Frank Pepe's Pizza there, which is like a great pizza restaurant. I hate to say it, but it's probably my favorite pizza, and it's not New York pizza, which is like such a traitorous thing to say. But truly, I think it's like the combination of the good food, but also the occasion, where I, for checkout, would have gotten up at like 5:45 in the morning, oftentimes in like pouring rain. And as a unit leader, I would have been like running around and getting trash bags for like camper stuff and like getting all their trunks out into the middle of the unit. Then we'd go after like an hour and a half of moving out, have like a very quick breakfast, sing a bunch of songs, and then like go down and stand on the ball field for 3 hours while their parents came and picked them up. So it was already an endless day before noon even hit. And I would be running on like half a bowl of Lucky Charms.
Oh.
So we would drive, we would do my laundry first, and then go to Frank Pepe's and get a like medium pizza with black olives, which I know you hate. No, they were not black olives. They were Kalamata olives, which there's a difference. They're much better.
You probably also will hate them.
Whatever. It's not for people like you. So Kalamata olives, like hot cherry peppers and extra garlic because we love to smell bad, I guess. But it was truly so delicious. After like 12 hours of not eating, it would absolutely hit the spot. And also I wouldn't have seen my mom for 2 weeks, so it was great. We get to catch up. Mostly I would give her the rundown. I would talk for an hour straight and be like, this happened, and this happened. And then I had this camper that punched another camper, and she'd be like, wow, okay. And I would always be so relieved that the anxieties of the session were over. And like, be very grateful for company, over the age of about 18. So I loved getting pizza with her. I loved it. And, I'm not going back this year, obviously. So I'm kind of sad that I won't have that experience again. I'm going to miss it because it was really special. Just that sort of liminal space between 2 sessions where I know I would have like a moment of respite before the insanity kicked back in. And the insanity made it good too. It's not that I don't love camp, because I certainly do, but it's good to have a break.
Well, I went back to Smith and Walensky with my dad. Mm-hmm. And the food was still as great and the occasion was still as great, but it's something about it being in that moment of time, it being finite.
That right period in your life. Yeah.
That makes it.
So this isn't the best meal you've ever had, really?